Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I just want to give a little bit of context for the video before we get into it. So my sophomore year of high school, I took APUSH history or APUSH. And for our final project, we had a contest called the Hall of Fame. So essentially what that is that you and a partner pick a historical person of your choice and you have to make a video about them. The winner of this contest gets their historical person inducted into the Hall of Fame, our school's APUSH Hall of Fame. Yeah. You win by gaining a majority vote, I think. The voting process was a little more complicated than that, but I won, so I don't really care. So yeah, me and my friend Ruhi, we wanted to have the best video ever, and so I really hope that reflects. If you think that this video definitely did deserve that win, please leave a like down below. I've been meaning to post this for a really long time, and I'm just getting to it now. So without further ado, enjoy.
Live from Chicago, Illinois, starring Florence Ellis, Teddy Roosevelt, with musical guests Lil Bus.
Theodore Roosevelt implemented many conservationist policies which have shaped the modern protection of the natural environment.
He majorly increased corporate regulation, which created the current worker protections and fair business practices. Though Roosevelt was immoral racially in domestic and foreign policy, he set forth the current position of the president by expanding his power through imperialism.
Overall, Theodore Roosevelt must be in the Hall of Fame because he shaped modern conservatism, worker and consumer protection, corporate control, and dominant expansion.
Next, on Turn of the Times, The Gilded Age with Florence Ellis.
The Gilded Age, beginning in the 1870s with lasting effects still prominent today in 1901. This period had rapid industrialization and economic growth, with enormous prosperity for many businessmen. Economic leaders like Andrew Carnegie, John D. Rockefeller, and William Vanderbilt have dominated the steel, oil, and rail industries. These businessmen used strategies like horizontal and vertical integration to eliminate competition and increase efficiency. They used corrupt practices and cheap labor to advance their businesses, so a major increase in the wealth gap has occurred. Nothing says progress like child labor and a 300% profit margin. Oh my days, this just in. President William McKinley has been shot in Buffalo, New York at 4:07 p.m. According to officials, his shooter, Leon Czolgosz, has been arrested.
Several days later.
This Sunday, September 14th at 2:15 a.m., our beloved President William McKinley has passed away. His Vice President, Theodore Roosevelt, will be inaugurated today. Tune in later to see it all happen live on Turn of the Times. So, Mr. President, what are your domestic goals for this country?
I'll be implementing the Square Deal, which consists of conserving natural resources, controlling corporations, and providing consumer protections.
And what are your plans for foreign policy?
I plan to extend the Monroe Doctrine with the Roosevelt Corollary to prevent European powers from interfering in affairs of nations, like Latin America, ensuring stability and stopping foreign aggression. And speaking of Latin America, I will help Panama gain its independence from Cuba and gain control of the canal to make us a dominant naval force and a global trade hub.
And what is your strategy for accomplishing these goals?
My philosophy has always been to speak softly and carry a big stick. If a man continually blusters, if he lacks stability, a big stick will not save him from trouble. But neither will speaking softly avail if back of the softness there does not lie strength and power.
Golly, sounds like you've got a lot of work to do, sir. I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much for coming to meet with me today.
Lil Bus!
Yeah, Lil Bus in the house, you know. My boy Teddy, he was steadfast and ready to make changes in the nation with his progressive creations. Inspired by the jungle that reveal nasty truth, the pure fruit and drug we know we chew. The forest reserve ensures to conserve the heparin and elk and control the train trading. Then in 1902, there was a great coal strike by the anthracite miners. TR helped them win the fight with the compromise, set a precedent by the president for good work conditions.
Welcome back to Turn of the Times Y2K. I'm Florence Ellis.
And I'm news reporter number 2. I'm Marilyn Smith.
For this last segment, we will be talking about President Theodore Roosevelt's impact on society.
Yes,
President Roosevelt was in office for 2 terms between 1901 and 1909 and made many impactful developments on society at the time, which still has lasting effects today.
However,
He wasn't always the picture-perfect president one might believe. Though parallel with the ideas at the time, Roosevelt's foreign and domestic policies focused on benefiting the white population. His imperialist policies implemented white supremacist ideals and undermined non-European nations.
he had no
He had no domestic policies directed towards combating segregation, racism, or lynching, and put no emphasis on civil rights for Black Americans.
what she said. Despite his lack of morality, Roosevelt had more successes than failures.
He redefined the presidency with expansion of power through imperialism, leading to modern presidents exercising their powers, especially in foreign policy and regulation.
He began the intense corporate regulation and trust busting, which has furthered fair practices and worker protections.
His conservationist efforts have protected over 230 million acres of public land and have since caused new movements for national parks and protection of the natural environment.
Teddy Roosevelt